Good morning, Ruth Green Hornets. It's Mrs. Ambrose, and today is Friday, February 28th. The Pledge of Allegiance will be led in a separate video. The February character trait is kindness and friendship. And here is the quote of the day: friends care about one another's feelings. In your class, have a discussion about a time when you felt like somebody cared about your feelings and how that made a difference for you. Can you think of a time when one of your friends cared about how you felt? And now it's time for our Black History Month historical figure of the day. Today's historical figure is George Washington Carver. He was born in 1864 and died in 1943. He was an American agriculture scientist and inventor who promoted alternative, which means different, crops to cotton and methods to prevent soil depletion or erosion. He was the most prominent Black scientist of the early 20th century. While a professor at Tuskegee Institute, he wanted poor farmers to grow other crops, such as peanuts and sweet potatoes, as a source of their own food and to improve their quality of life. The most popular of his 44 practical bulletins for farmers contained 105 food recipes using peanuts. Although he spent years developing and promoting numerous products made from peanuts, none became commercially successful. Apart from his work to improve the lives of farmers, Carver was also a leader in promoting environmentalism. He received numerous honors for his work, including the Spingarn Medal of the NAACP. His fame reached beyond the Black community. He was widely recognized and praised in the internationally for his many achievements and talents. In 1941, Time magazine dubbed Carver the Black Leonardo. Color film of Carver, shot in 1937 at the Tuskegee Institute by African-American surgeon Alan Alexander, was added to the National Film Registry of the Library of Congress in 2019. The 12 minutes of footage includes Carver in his apartment, office, and laboratory, as well as images of him tending flowers, displaying his paintings. The film was digitized by the National Archives as part of his multi-year effort to preserve and make available the historical significant film collections of the National Park Service. It can be seen in the U.S. National Film Archives and on the YouTube channel. George Washington Carver was also known as the peanut butter inventor, but is not credited with it. Maybe you like to invent things. Maybe you like to grow things. Maybe you want to be a farmer or an agriculture scientist and help people have better lives. I also want to let you know it's time for shout outs. Have you been doing the right thing? Have you been working hard in class and found the expectations around the school? Well, if so, listen up, because you might hear your name. From Miss Sharp, I would like to give a shout out to Callie Hill for putting in amazing effort into a writing assignment we did about Louis Armstrong. She took her time and did an amazing job on it. Zaire Joy, amazing participation this week during class. Every time I looked up, your hand was in the air, ready to respond. Keep it up. From Mrs. Vihar and Mrs. Miglio, Madison Cornelius and Alex Woodward for being helpful with classmates. From Miss Gamerrick, congratulations to our February Friendship and Kindness Award winners, Winter Campbell and Jordan Smith. I also want to thank Stephen Smith and Kendall McCullough for helping tie classmates' shoes. From Mrs. Schlesinger, Team 101, you all worked very hard this week while dealing with a lot of illnesses. Great job for pushing through all of the challenges. Great job, Jackson, Walter, Elena, and Kari, for reaching your goal on your Math iReady test. These students reached their goal for the Reading iReady test. Awesome job. Jackson, Major, Emma, Christian, Alexander, Zane, Justin, Carmen, Jalen, Riley, Aubrey, Jordan, Elena, and Kari. Keep being amazing, Team 101. From Miss Obany, I would like to give a shout out to our class winners, Karen Hamill and Dakota Helzer, for earning the certificate for February's character trait. They are always friendly and kind to their classmates. Way to go, girls. You are an excellent example of how people should treat each other. Shine on. From Mrs. Costa. A big shout out goes to Brooklyn Bell, our student of the week, and Makai Henderson, our new student. Welcome to our class. From Mrs. Casalino. Hunter is a star student. His work is always excellent. Cassidy for always being kind and sweet, and Naomi Thomas for being a star student. From Mrs. Tominski, I'd like to shout out my entire class for their amazing behavior for the substitute while I was absent. Great job, Team 07. And from Mr. Kowicki, I'd like to shout out Arya, Sana, Bailey, Eilena, Sakaya, Chastity, Jada, and Zoe. Thank you for being flexible in our seat changes this week. Way to go. And Monday, we will be in March, and March is reading month, and we have a really cool thing going on Monday. Author Jonathan Rand, who wrote The Michigan Chillers, will be here for an assembly at 2 p.m. Remember, this is an assembly with a very important person, and we need to follow the expectations for assemblies while we have this author here. That means that we sit crisscross, we put our hands in our lap, we talk to our neighbors until the person starts speaking, and then we pay attention. And if you need anything, you raise your hand and let your teacher know. Also, all of March is a spirit month. We are rocking through this school year, so rocking it out is the theme. So Monday, wear your Roseville 100-year shirts. I know I'll be wearing mine, so wear your Roseville 100-year shirts on Monday. And I remind you of the golden rule, and we've been having a hard time following it this week. Treating others the way we want to be treated, meaning we're not making fun of them or talking mean about them, and keeping our hands to ourselves. The fourth grade has had some real issues with that part. So we will be making sure that we get that all taken care of, and we're not going to have that issue anymore. I hope you have a wonderful Friday, and repeat after me. Ruth Green Hornets are respectful, responsible, and ready. I fly right with Hero. Have a good Friday. Bye.